welcome back to this long overdue hey guys, welcome back to this long overdue part 3 of the tutorial series where we will be going over sharp bends like this and smooth bends like this. And of course, before we do that, I'm going to go over a little bit of random junk here. This, however, not quite random junk. So I'm going to hit Shift C to recenter my cursor and camera so that I can bit of the. So you'll notice that this body does not look good, right, buddy? So you may think, well, I'm going to make this better. First, I'm going to go over a tiny little other thing. You may have seen in VM Comics' rig how he has smooth edges, like rounded edges on the actual mesh here. And the way he gets that is, and this is actually the reason I joined all the body parts together. We're going to have to separate them soon, but that's not going to take too long. Is if you select the mesh, go into modifiers, and add a modifier, generate bevel. You can see it here. And of course, that does not look very good right now. But what we want to do is we want to turn the width down a lot. And then just slowly turn this up to, whatever floats your boat. And then just turn the segments up to like 3. And, you can turn up the width to whatever. And then, yeah. So really that's how you get the smooth edges. You can see works really nice with sharp bends because you can sort of start to see a little bit what it'll look like with sharp bends here. Before you add any shape keys, which is what we need for a lot of stuff, you're gonna hit apply if you actually want that to be, all the faces here. Yeah, so you can see. But if you want fingers, then you're not gonna want this this type of thing because it does not work well with fingers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna undo and that. There we go. So now my mesh is back to normal. Alrighty. So now we are going to separate the mesh into different body parts. So we're gonna hit Tab to go into edit mode, and we are going to select all the faces of the head. This is actually quite important for doing things, so just trust me on this. And we are going to hit P and separate. You can see it's called separate and selection. And now we can see we have a head and a body. So that's good, but it's not what we want. So what we're going to do now is we are going to actually select the front and back faces, so like the chest and back. Go back into orthographic mode, hit 3 to go into side view, and drag this out while holding control so we can, keep control over that. And you'll notice it brings the other faces with it. This is a bug, but it's very handy. It only happens if you've joined this up with the other, if you've joined this with another mesh, like we have. Also, I've noticed that I've been a bit confusing and just not explaining things very well. So again, P and separate, and we're gonna go tab, and drag back. There we go. Alrighty, so now we have, it's gonna be pretty simple now because we can just hit Z and then B and then go, select all those faces, and P, separate. Alrighty, so let's name these because it's always good to keep your things named. So hit N to open this up, and let's name the item arm left. And I know it's not his left, but it's our left when we're looking at him from the front, which is, we really want to keep it nice and easy for us, because he really doesn't, he couldn't care less. Alright, so I'm back, and it's probably fairly soon we're going to want to rename these. And, yeah. Another thing I want to go over, hopefully, if we have time, is IK rigging. IK rigging is, there's a little bone here, you can basically grab it and it'll, I just hit hide. And it'll basically, you can just grab it and it'll move around the entire arm, if you don't know what IK rigging is. Okay, so now yes, that's right. Body looks gross, doesn't it? So, smooth bends are really extremely easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into edit mode and hit loop, cut, and slide. Put it right there. And then left click. Right click. Left click, right click. I did it super wrong, so I'm just going to go back and do this. And you'll probably have to do it too. It is supposed to be a pixel, just one pixel, like that. So yeah, I'm sorry. I was an absolute idiot. Oh, why? Oh, that's disgusting. So we're gonna drag this down 2 pixels. And this, yeah. You know, you get it now. You get it now. You get my utter stupidity now. Drag this down 2 pixels. Oh man, what a fluff. Oh, that was gross. Oh, it smells so nasty now. Oh, for goodness sakes. Okay. And I'm just gonna skip that part for doing these for right now because I will fix that later. Okay, so now our smooth bends are starting to take shape. What we're gonna do is select these ones in the back here and W subdivide until it looks, you know, about that much. You can do it to make it more smooth, you know. And there you go. You have smooth bends. If you find a problem with it, you can just go into paint mode to fix it. So, but yeah, really, you have fairly good smooth bends now. I would never ever. Oh yeah, another thing. You subdivide it this many times. You render it out here. It just really smooths it out in the render, and you cannot even tell that there are a bunch of different faces there. Let me see if I can get a better angle. Yeah, see, it really smooths itself out there, and you really just cannot even tell that there are multiple faces there. And it doesn't really chew up too much render time, which is great. But, of course...
Sorry, I need you to go downstairs, make sure Nikki has dinner, please.
Okay, DJ, just pet him.
You did. It looks nice in here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. And yeah, so it doesn't chew up too much render time, and I'm just going to go ahead and undo those smooth bends. What we want to do now is make sharp bends like we saw earlier. So this is a lot more complicated than the smooth bends, but it looks fantastic. I mean, in my opinion, there is just no competition between sharp bends and smooth bends. It's just sharp bends are no-brainer for me. So if I can somehow magically get my camera to come back here, then there we go. Okay, so we can get that out of there. Alrighty, so this is going to require drivers, bone limiters, shape keys, and all-around awesomeness, which I have all of. Okay, so first thing we're going to want to do here is click on the arm and go ahead and go into our shape keys. Well, it actually says object data, but it's actually shape keys. And we're going to go ahead and add a basis. Just go into edit mode, drag some around, right click, just to make sure that it gets it, because sometimes it won't work for me. I don't know if that's a bug, or probably is a bug. And then we're going to add in a shape key, call it sharp, and we'll just call it sharp. Alright, and what we're gonna do is, I was an idiot again. Okay, so this is why I thought you just drag it down to be 2 pixels for the smooth bends. And drag it down so that it's 2 pixels above. And I am 100% certain that's right. And I'll I'll fix the texture later. Actually, I'll do that now off camera. So I'll be right back. And there we go. Inbox select, drag down. I do not know what just got into me just now. Okay, so now I've fixed the texture and whatnot. And you can see we have smooth bends here, which is not, of course, what we want. We do not want smooth bends, so we're going to delete the stuff from up here. And we are going to add, what did I just do? I have no idea. But we're going to add it so that there is no place that has not full control. Like it should have no control or full control, which is what I'm doing here. I'll just, if you still don't get weight painting, that's okay. Weight painting's a bit confusing, but there's no good way to explain weight painting in the world. Thanks. Just to make sure. Yes, that is what we want. You can see it has a bit of control up here. Stop controlling that. Okay, perfect. So, you can see we definitely do not have sharp ends here. That's not what we want. What we want is, first of all, to make sure that our rotation, when we rotate it forwards, we make sure it's going up along the x-axis, which it is not. Okay, so I made a mistake here. My guy is, in fact, facing the wrong way. But not to worry, because it is super simple and easy to reverse the stupidity that I have made. So just go into each one, select front and back, well, just front. And the nice thing about the body is, head, not body. Body's just as slow and boring as ever. Yeah. Nice thing about the head, though, is you are reversing these, but how many pixels the head is, you can just control drag it around, and it actually snaps correctly to the head, which is pretty cool. So this is going to be the front. It's going to be the other side. It's going to be the other side. This is going to be the other side. And bottom. Bottom stays as it is. Yeah, that's, I don't know if we'd change anything else. And legs, of course. Okay, so I've done flipping the textures. And you don't have to do it for the arms, because the arms, doesn't matter, really. Okay, so now when you rotate these, forwards, they are going up along the x-axis. That may not have happened for you, but yeah. And now one turns it this way. It's frustrating. It is very frustrating. But you just hit Control 1, Control 3 to, Control 7 if you're from bottom. So that is how you get around opposite. Control and whatever on the numpad reverses it, and of course you can just do that stuff from right there. Okay, so now what am I gonna be doing? Right, sharp ends right here on this one, and of course everything's named wrong again. Oh well, I guess we'll just follow. Yeah, okay, so what we're gonna want to do now is we're gonna select this face, just edge. Sorry, going to edge select. Control 3 to go over to this side, and we're gonna drag it all the way down to here. For the shape key, add in a shape key, then bring it down with a shape key selected in edit mode. Then for the other one, Control 3. Then for the other one, bring it all the way up and call it sharp or whatever. Okay, now what you'll notice is if we go R, X, 90 degrees, say hit R and then X and then type in 90. If we go ahead and activate this shape key, we have made it. What? Okay, somehow I reversed it. There's something you don't see every day. Okay, but what? No. Okay, apparently I did this the wrong way. Apparently that goes down there and... No, wait. Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna select the one inside of there. Oh, there we go. No! Okay, there we go, I have it. And you're gonna drag this one all the way up to the top. Now if we activate it, there we go! We have sharp bends, but bring it down. What? That looks trippy. So, I'm gonna hit Alt-R to return that to original position, and I'm gonna deactivate this. Now, we need this to go, and as we rotate this, we need the shape key to activate while we're rotating. So, what we're going to do here is we're going to drag a new window out, select Graph Editor, change it from F-Curve Editor to Drivers. Make sure you do that because that really confused me a lot. Then select the arm here, come over here and down at the value thing for the shape key, right-click on it and hit Add Driver. And now you can see, if we open this up, we have a thingy there. It says the name of the shape key and whatnot. And okay, so now we're going to want to hit N in this to open this up. And it's going to look different for you. I played around my settings when I was a Blender noob. And I have no idea where to go in my settings. I'm actually quite terrified to figure out to go in there and change anything. So, currently you can see if we move this along the x-axis. Move it along the x-axis, bozo. You can see it activates if we go this way. Yeah, that way is the right way. You can't see it because it's inside of this stupid... Okay, I'll just tell you it's working. Okay. Alt-G to return that to original position. And I'll just say it's working. And you have to believe me. So, select this again. And, oh, it's not working because we haven't targeted the bone yet. So, change in drivers to change the type to average value or else it won't work. And check show debug info because it helps me out a lot. I don't know. It just does. It might not help you. And then object armature. And then the bone. We have not named them yet. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to name this, it says left arm. So, because they got reversed and, oh wait, left elbow. There we go. And then just do the same for the other one once you've done this. I'm not going to do the whole thing. Okay. Now we are going to want to, why can't I think? Select that bone, left elbow, there it is, and type X rotation, and local space. Well, you know what, I'll get over that later. And you'll notice it doesn't quite work yet. Why is it not working? Set the y-axis to 6 and keep the x-axis as it is. Maybe that'll help. Maybe I do have to set it to local space for it to work. Okay, yes, I do. Set it to local space, or else it won't work. And turn the X down to 0, and I forgot. Turn this up to 0.6. And that should give us sharp bends. There we go. That's a beautiful sharp bend. This is, you may have seen some in some other places, use a sharp bend where you drag the faces out, where you drag the edges out, so it's like and it just doesn't work. Does not give you good sharp ends. So now what we want to do is, so that when we rotate this, we want to be able to just hit R, and then it goes along the x-axis instead of RX, because that's a bit, because then you have to go into local if he's twisted and you're animating, and yeah, so let's not even get into that. So we're going to go into the bone and chain thing here and add bone constraint, limit rotation, limit Y and Z, and now you'll notice if you hit R, then it can only rotate along the x-axis, but we don't want it to be able to rotate backwards unless he breaks his arm. So what we're going to do now is we are going to check X. And ooh, no, he can't do it anymore, right? Say, okay, no. But keep the minimum as 0 and the maximum as 90 degrees. And what this will do is allow us to totally break everything. Okay, now come up here to the rotation. X, we can see this is actually 0. We change it to local space. That always fixes everything. Just doesn't work. Local space. Space! Okay, but I need to stop now. Because what the heck? That is it! If you don't change it to local space, then it won't work. So this should be 0, and this should be 90. Yay! I figured out why it was being so kooky. And if it goes a little crazy for you, then just go into the shape key and just edit it a bit. Edit it. So yes, this is how you make sharp and smooth bends. Don't think I have time for IK rigging. It's already going to take jillion hours to upload to YouTube because YouTube is absolutely idiotic. And yeah, that's about it for this episode. Next episode, we're going to hopefully be going over IK rigging and maybe custom bone shapes, and then the episode after that, fingers, and then the episode after that, I'll be starting a facial rig tutorial because I've realized recently that a facial rig really deserves its own, what does it deserve? Tell us. It really deserves its own, series. Thank you. I don't know who to say thank you to. But it really does. It really requires its own series. So I'm gonna make an entire series off of that. It'll be like a mini series in this series of series.